Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Students, in our last accountancy class, we also what is single column cash book. Today, inshallah, we will see double column cash book. Now, what is this double column cash book? So, in this type of cash book, there are two columns of amount on each side of the cash book. Okay, see, these days bank transactions are very large in number. So in any organization, as far as possible, all receipt and payment are affected through bank. So a businessman generally opens a current account with a bank. Okay, so bank does not allow any interest on the current account or on the balance in current account, but it charges a small amount called as incidental charge for the services rendered. Okay, so for depositing cash or check in the bank account, a form has to be filled. I hope you all have seen this. When you go to bank and if you want to deposit cash or check in the bank, they will give you a form, okay, which form has to be filled, and this form is called as pay in slip. Okay, this form is called as pay in slip. Okay, this one. Okay, so this is the picture of pay in slip, and this is also there in your textbook, page number 104. Okay, this slip is called as pay in slip, and it contains a counterfoil. See this is the counterfoil which is returned to the customer, that is the depositor, with the signature of the cashier for receipt. Okay, I hope you all understood. So this is the slip which is given to the customer with the signature of the cashier as receipt. Okay, and now the bank will issue a blank check form. Okay, it will issue a blank check form to the account holder for withdrawing money. Okay, it will give the check to the account holder for withdrawing money. So this is the picture of check. Okay, so the depositor writes the name of the party to whom this payment is to be made after the word pay is printed on the check. Okay, you can say here pay is written. Okay, and it is written Ankit Sharma. Okay, so the depositor, okay, will write the name of the party to whom this payment is to be made after the word pay is printed on the check. So check form have the printed word bearer, which means payment is to be made to the person whose name has been written after the word pay or the bearer of the check. Okay, so the one who is bearing the check will get the amount, okay, if the word bearer is written. So when the word bearer is striked off, if it is striked off by drawing a line, then the check becomes an order check. So if the word bearer is striked off from the check, then this check becomes an order check. It means payment is to be made to the person whose name is written on the check or to his order after proper identification. Okay, so these checks are generally crossed in practice. Now the payment of cross check cannot be made directly to the party on his counter, but it has to be paid through bank. Okay, so when two parallel lines are drawn across the check, it is called as crossed. See here on the left hand side on the top, you can see one line on the top. You can see one line, isn't it? So this is the crossed check. Okay, but here this parallel line is not seen because the photo pic is not clear. Okay, so when two parallel lines are drawn across the check, then it is called as crossed check. So the various type of crossing provides the different degrees of safety to the payment. Okay, so now in case of an account payee only crossing, then the amount of check can be deposited only in the account of the person whose name appears on the check. Okay, and when the name of the bank is written between two parallel lines, okay, if the name of the bank is written between two parallel lines, that is the cross, okay, it means a special crossing. Okay, that means it is a special crossing and the payment can be made only to the bank whose name has been written between two lines. Okay, but this is a very rare case. Okay, this check is or this is rarely done. Okay. So this bearer check can be passed only by delivery, and order check can be transferred by endorsement and delivery. Now, what is this endorsement? Endorsement means writing of instruction to pay the check to a particular person and then signing it on the back of the check. Okay. So endorsement means writing of instructions to pay the check to a particular person and then signing it on the back of the check. Okay, this is called as endorsement. Okay, now when the number of transactions is large, okay, when the number of bank transaction becomes large, it is convenient to have a separate amount column for bank transaction in the cash book. Okay, instead of recording them in journal. Okay, so this type of getting information about the see, when there is a separate column for bank in the cash book, it helps you in getting information about the position of the bank account from time to time. So just like cash transaction, all the payment into the bank are recorded on the left side, and all withdrawals and payment through the bank are recorded on the right side. Okay, same like cash book. Okay, so when cash is deposited in the bank or cash is withdrawn from the bank, both the entries are recorded in the cash book. Okay, this is so because both aspects of transactions appear in cash book itself. So when cash is paid into the bank, the amount deposited is written on the left side in the bank column. Okay, so I repeat again. When the cash is paid into the bank. So when cash is paid into the bank, what will be the journal entry? Bank account debited to cash account. Correct. So the amount deposited is written on the left side of bank column. Okay, and the same amount or the same time the same amount is entered on the right side of the cash column. Okay, so the reverse entries are recorded when the cash is withdrawn from the bank for use in the office. Okay, so again such entries, the word C, which means contra, is written in LF, that is ledger folio column, indicating that these entries are not to be posted to the ledger account. Okay, so this contra, that is C, okay, which indicates that these entries are not to be posted in ledger account. So the bank column is balanced in the same way as your cash column. Okay, however, in the bank column there can be credit balance also because of the overdraft taken from the bank. So overdraft means it is a situation it is a situation when cash withdrawn from the bank exceeds the amount of deposit. Okay, so if account holder is withdrawing more cash than the amount is there in his bank account, then it is called as overdraft. Okay, so I have told you there can be a credit balance in your bank account because of overdraft taken from the bank. Okay, so what we will do is, and one more thing, entries in respect of check received should be made in bank column of the cash book. And we will just see the format of cash book. Okay, with two columns. This is a 2-column cash book. Can you all see? You have a debit side and credit side, and on both the side you have 2 columns, that is cash column and bank column. Cash column and bank column. First you have date, particulars, LF, cash, bank. Then on the credit side, date, particulars, LF, cash, bank. Okay, so this is the sum which is there in your textbook, page number 107. We will just try to do this fast. Okay, so just see here. Consider the following example. The following transaction related to MS Tools India. Okay, now date is 2017. bank balance is 42,000. So I have told you in your cash book, whenever there is the opening balance, it has to be entered on the debit side as to balance brought down. Okay, since this is your bank balance, it has to be entered on the debit side of your cash book has to balance brought down, and the amount has to be entered on the bank column because it is a bank balance. Okay, can you all see? It has to be entered on the bank column because it is a bank balance. Okay. Yeah, see here, it is entered on the debit side. Okay, next amount is next, see the question, September 1, cash balance 15,000, same thing. So I have told you, if there is any opening balance, that has to be entered on the debit side of your cash book has balance brought down, and this amount 15,000 has to be entered on the cash column. Okay, so you just can write bank balance brought down and both the amounts can be written. Okay, so bank balance has to be entered on the bank column and cash balance has to be entered on the cash column. Okay, I hope this much is clear. Okay, and then third entry, okay, purchased goods by check. See, this is there in your textbook. Okay, 107 page number. Okay, September 4, purchase goods by check 12,000. So whenever goods is purchased, the journal entry is purchase account debited to bank account. Why bank? Because here goods is purchased by check. Okay, so purchase account debited to bank account. So bank account is credited. So on the credit side of your cash book, you have to write purchase and the amount has to be written under bank. Okay, the amount has to be written under bank. Okay, see here, the amount is written under bank. Okay, next is sales of goods for cash. So when you sell goods, you know sales account is always credited. So journal entry will be cash account debited to sales account. So cash account is debited. On the debit side of your cash account, you have to write sales and the amount will come under cash column because sales of goods is made for cash. Okay, so see here, 6,000. Okay, 6,000. Okay, next is purchase machinery by check. So when machinery is bought, your journal entry is machinery account debited to bank account. Why bank account? Because it is purchased by check. So machinery is an account, it has to be it is an asset, it has to be debited, and cash is bank account, cash at bank is coming down. Okay, so on the credit side of, because your bank account is credited, on the credit side of your cash book, you will have to write machinery. Okay, and amount is 5,500. Okay, under bank column. Okay, under bank column because machinery purchased by check. Okay, next is September 16, sold goods and received check. Okay, sold goods and received check, deposited same day. That means the check is deposited same day for 4,500. So whenever goods is sold and you receive check, journal entry will be bank account debited to sales account. Okay, so on the debit side of your cash book, okay, on the debit side of your cash book, what is the date? It is 16. Okay, you have to write sales. Okay, and the amount under bank column 4,500. Okay, because you received check. Okay, next is September 17, purchase goods from I cannot pronounce this, Mayula in cash. Okay, purchased goods from Mayula in cash. So whenever you purchase, you pay cash. So you have paid cash here. So purchase account debited to cash account. So cash account is credited. So on the credit side of your purchase, on the credit side of your cash book, you have to write purchase and amount is 1,100. Okay, so 1,100. Sorry. It is told that purchase goods from in cash. Yeah, 17,400 is correct. purchased goods from Mayula in cash, that is 17,400. So journal entry is purchase account debited to cash account. So cash account is credited. So on the credit side of your cash account, you have to write purchase. On the credit side of your cash book, you have to write purchase account, and under cash column 17,400. Okay, and next is purchase stationery by check. So stationery journal entry will be stationery account debited to bank account. Correct. Stationery is an asset. Your asset is increasing and your bank amount is decreasing. So stationery's account debited to bank account. Stationery, so bank account is credited. On the credit side of your bank cash book, you have to write stationery, and in bank column you have to write the amount. How much is the amount? 1,100. Amount is 1,100. Okay, can you all see? It is 1,100. Okay, next is check given to Rohit. Okay, check given to Rohit. So Rohit was your creditor, I guess. Okay, he's your creditor and you gave check to Rohit. So your creditor is decreasing, so Rohit's account should be debited. Okay, and bank account should be credited. So Rohit's account debited to bank account. So bank is credited. So on the credit side of your bank cash book, you have to write Rohit's account, and under bank column you have to write the amount, that is 1,000. That is 1,500. Okay, see here, Rohit under bank 1,500. Okay, next, cash withdrawn from bank. Okay, so cash is withdrawn from bank. So what will be your journal entry in this case? When cash is withdrawn from bank, money from the bank account is decreasing and cash in hand is increasing. So both are asset. Okay, in this case you will have to do the contra entry. So your journal entry is cash account debited to bank account, because your cash in hand is increasing and cash in bank is decreasing. Both are asset. So one asset is increasing, the other asset is decreasing. Cash is increasing, bank balance is decreasing. So cash account debited to bank account. So on the debit side of your, see, cash account is debited. So debit side of your cash book. Okay, how much is the amount? 10,000. Can you all see? 10,000. So on the debit side of your cash book, because cash is debited, no, you will have to write bank. Okay, be very careful when this is the contra entry where you have bank and cash together. Okay, so on the debit side, because your journal entry is cash account debited to bank account, so cash account is debited. So on the debit side of your cash book, you have to write bank, and in LF column you have to write C. Okay, and in your cash column you have to write 10,000. Okay, in your cash column you have to write 10,000. Is that clear? Okay, and since this is the contra entry, both the entries has to be made, and you all know bank account is credited. So on the credit side of your cash book, you have to write cash. Okay, you have to enter cash, and in your LF column you have to write C, that is the contra entry, and under bank you have to write 10,000. Okay, just remember this. Here you are writing under bank, and on the debit side you are writing the amount under cash. So when you write bank, the amount has to be written under cash, and when you enter the word cash, the amount has to be entered or written under bank. Okay, this is the contra entry. This is very simple. Again, I will tell you, your journal entry here is cash account debited to bank account. So cash account is debited. So on the debit side of your cash book, you have to write bank, and under LF C you have to write, that is the contra entry, and the amount has to be entered under cash column. Okay, so when you enter the word bank, the amount is entered under cash column, and your bank is credited. So on the credit side of your cash book, you will have to enter the account cash, and LF you have to enter C, and on the bank column you have to write the amount 10,000. Okay, It's simple, not very difficult. It's very simple. Okay, you just have to enter both the side when two accounts are involved, that is cash account and bank account. Okay, next is paid rent by check. So rent is an expense. So when expenses are incurred, your journal entry is your expenses should be debited. So rent account debited to bank account. So bank account is credited. So on the credit side of your on the credit side of your cash book, you have to write rent. Okay, and the amount is under bank. See, rent and the amount is under bank because it is paid by check. Next is paid salary. So when salary is paid, it is an expenses, and they have not told you it is paid by check. Okay, so you have to assume that it is paid by cash. So salaries account debited to cash account. So cash account is credited. On the credit side of your cash book, you have to write salaries, and under cash column you will have to write the amount, that is 3,500. Okay, and then same like other ledger accounts, you just have to balance total both the side, write the greater total on both the sides, see the difference, and if your credit side is more than your debit side, okay, then you all know you will have, if your credit side is more than your debit side, then the balance carried on will be entered on the debit side, okay, about the total. Okay, but in this case I think your debit side is more than your credit side, so the balance carried on will be entered on the credit side above the total. Okay, and the balance brought on will be entered below the total on the debit side. Okay, same like your ledger account. I hope you all have understood. And here you have to balance both the columns. Okay, you have to total both the columns, cash and bank account, same like ledger, but the thing is you have two columns, that's it. You have to total both the columns. Okay, you have to take the difference of both the columns, cash book and bank book. I hope cash book and bank column, sorry. I hope you all have understood. If you have any doubt, do contact me. And this book is there in your textbook 107. So if the pictures are not clear, so when you watch this video, just keep your books open, page number 107. Is that clear? Jazakallah khairan.